This is the Ryder and Lisa replay.
Brought to you by Southtown Hyundai. Check out the Southtown Hyundai Advantage at southtownhyundai.ca.
Underrated. Giving up on caring how you look when you go out. Today I am wearing sweatpants, a dirty t-shirt, and a toque. And my hair hasn't been straightened, nothing, no makeup. I'm wearing disgusting, stinky sneakers. And guess what? I don't care. I think once you hit a certain age, you just don't care anymore. And I've gotten there, and it feels so good.
I'm wearing slippers as shoes today, so I get it.
Okay, now we need to hear from you. If you're listening right now, you're heading into work, what you wearing?
Yeah, how much have you given
care?
up?
Yeah, do you care at all?
I'm going with underrated today. When there is anything in the mailbox. Checked the mail yesterday, waiting on a new credit card. Mine expires in a couple days.
You just called them yesterday and then you walked to the mailbox?
Well, I thought they automatically sent it. So I went and checked it, and then when it wasn't in there still, I was like, I guess I got to call them.
Oh, I thought you called them and then walked over. It reminded me of that meme of when women order things off of Amazon and then they just look out the window immediately after, waiting for the truck to pull up.
Right.
So funny.
But there is something that's nice about anything being in your mailbox. It was just such a lonely look when I opened it yesterday, and I was just like, oh, no one cares about me. Not even like the Ace Liquor discount store that normally has their pamphlets or whatever.
It's kind of sad when you walk back to your house empty-handed. It's like, oh my gosh, every neighbor is judging you. They're like, look at this loser. Doesn't even get a letter from his mom.
Like I'd take a speeding ticket. Just to know that somebody cares.
No, you can't have another one. You already have two right now.
Just to know that I'm seen.
Play 107.
A woman was hiking with her 12-year-old dog, Liza, in Minnewaska State Park Preserve. And this is a great reminder that you should keep your dog on leash in areas that you're supposed to have your dog on leash. Because her dog fell and was trapped in a rocky crevice.
No.
Yeah. It looks like a little Shih Tzu. It's super cute. And for 5 days, they couldn't get this dog out. They eventually got a plumbing inspector to put his camera down so they could at least watch Liza to make sure that she was okay while they were trying to figure out how to get her out. And the way that she survived for 5 days was they saw her on camera licking the moist rock walls to help hydrate herself. Little angel. Eventually, they found an employee that was tiny enough that she could contort her body and get down there. And she had a hot dog on a stick. And she got close enough that Liza reached up, bit the hot dog, and they got the loop thing around her neck so they could pull her out.
Whoa, that was a wild ride.
I know.
That story.
But I wanted to remind people that when you're hiking and stuff, make sure your dog's on leash, especially if there's no one else around that can help you in that moment.
Yeah.
How scary.
And she's okay now. Lila's fine?
Liza,
sorry.
She got her hot dog and she got out of there.
You don't have to yell at me. I was pretty close.
Tell me something good.
My story is from South Korea, where they have just invented something that could be very useful. Now, listen, I have a huge appreciation for the oil and gas industry. But when I was filling up my car yesterday at the gas, I almost swore there, the gas prices where they're at, it's nice to hear stories like this once in a while, too, that they figured out how to turn urine into fuel. Scientists are leading a revolution in pee-powered fuel cells that also clean the pee and turn the water back into clean drinking water.
What? That's crazy.
Would take me a while to get used to.
Yeah.
Like this used to be pee. Sorry, this glass of water used to be pee. But way she goes, the world may need it at some point. But yeah, it looks like they can turn wastewater treatment into renewable energy and clean water.
Either that, or we could all just use Coca-Cola, fill our gas tanks with that.
But here's the thing: they can still ding you for taxes on your Coca-Cola. You know what they can't tax me on?
Your own pee?
My pee.
Just you wait. It'll happen.
Tell me something good.
Time for Unsung Heroes, where we give shout-outs to people, places, and things that don't always get the attention and notoriety they deserve. Let me be your hero.
Shout out to Buzz Lightyear being voiced by Chris Evans in the new Lightyear movie instead of Tim Allen. I'm personally thrilled because Chris Evans is a babe, and no, we are not related. I hope. But seriously, can Pixar stop creating characters that I'm attracted to? I already have enough issues.
With adult Simba?
Yeah.
I mean, that's not Pixar, but I know
Also,
that's been an issue for you.
Robin Hood.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's a fox. What's wrong with me?
Shout out to dressing up in a costume that'll definitely scare your small town cousin this year. It's a vaccine.
Don't. Shout out to all the mini chocolate bar wrappers in my coat pockets, my purse, and my car door pocket. Don't you dare show yourselves to anyone. I'll put my hand in my pocket to grab my keys and like 6 wrappers fall out. I'm like, nothing. That's nothing.
Shout out to anyone who really wants a cat just leaving doors open around the house this time of year.
True.
You're going to need a cat soon for the mice problem.
Shout out to that guy who was lost in the forest, yet still ignored phone calls on his cell because they were unknown numbers. All these headlines make it seem like this guy was dumb, but I would absolutely rather die in the woods than talk on the phone, so I get it.
Especially to one of those numbers that just has the city name on it. It's like, what? Regina, Saskatchewan? That's not somebody's name.
Or those numbers that have been calling all of us frequently recently, and it's kind of like your number, but a bit different. What are you doing?
I want to talk to them. Shout out to confusing Valentine's Day and Halloween.
What?
It's the candy and pretending you're someone you're not for me.
Oh, that's a good one. Shout out to Jada and Will Smith for constantly talking about their marriage issues publicly. I actually prefer that over pretending to always be happy. Yes, show us how miserable you are. Finally, something relatable.
And finally, shout out to the potential of ice showers in the forecast. Hell no. I want to talk about what scared you as a kid that maybe you're over now. Maybe you're still scared of it. But we all had things that when we were, 6 to 10 to 14, just terrified us.
Mm-hmm. Laura just wrote in saying, if I woke up before 7 a.m., the alligators under my bed would bite my feet off. Is this something your parents told you so you'd sleep in? That is so funny, but also traumatic.
Yes.
I would never get up before 7, Laura says. When I did get up, I would jump as far as I could so I didn't get eaten.
Like, whew.
Woo!
Not this time, alligators.
So my biggest one was definitely dark basements. As a child, I, not only my own, but almost like anybody else's. Grandmas, friends. But I also had this little trick to myself that made me feel safe. When I would go down into a dark basement before I could find the lights, I'd always cross my fingers. And I don't really know why, but it was just something that I said to myself that when you do that, you will be okay.
Wow. So it was like your own coping mechanism.
Yeah. I'd run to the lights and off I went.
It is interesting, though. Like, there was something about how it was kind of colder than the, temperature upstairs. It almost felt a little more damp in a lot of basements. Sometimes you'd go down and, it would have mud walls or, old wooden creaky stairs.
Well, and we all did the classic, run up the stairs with your hands and feet, as fast as you can because you think someone's following you, chasing you.
Exactly.
What were you scared of when you were young? I would have been scared of you.
Why?
Well, how blonde were you when you were a kid?
Oh, white blonde.
Yeah. No. I watched Village of the Damned when I would have been about, 11.
Children of the Corn.
No, Village of the Damned.
So they both just have creepy blonde kids in them?
I think Children of the Corn has redheads, blonde kids, and
just creepy kids in general.
Just creepy kids. But Village of the Damned is the one that all the kids were born at the same time.
Okay.
Everybody passed out. And then when they woke up, all the women in the town were pregnant with these damn children. And that movie terrified me. So all blonde kids, I was like, no, stay away from me for a bit.
It's interesting how a lot of the texts that are rolling in are from movies that people saw. A lot of people saying Samara from The Ring terrified them. And I can't believe how many of us watched really scary movies at such a young age.
Right.
Whereas now, like my nieces and nephews or my friends that have children that are between the ages of like 7 and 12.
Yeah.
None of them have even seen a scary movie
No, they'll
yet.
be like, Toy Story, scary. And you're like, no, it's not.
It's because all of us are like, I feel like our generation as parents were kind of more helicopter parents, whereas when we were young, our parents just let us do whatever we wanted in the basement, watch whatever you want, just get out of my sight. And that's why we started watching these VHS movies that we weren't supposed to be watching.
Not only movies, though. The TV show, specifically the theme song from one TV show, is a text we've gotten a bunch of times.
Yeah, Unsolved Mysteries, so scary.
Especially this part, about halfway in.
So well done.
Yeah, this song still creeps me out so much. Yeah.
So earlier we had a phone call from Crystal that said she was scared of her basement. The classic running up the stairs on all fours.
Yeah.
And we were reminiscing about how basements used to all just have that silver metal string that you would pull to turn the light on. Brittany wrote in saying, I still have those. I live in an old house. And we use the cold room in the basement to store our vegetables. You have to open this small door and go behind a curtain wall. My boyfriend works out of town. I don't eat potatoes when he's gone.
I need that to eat less potatoes.
Yeah, totally.
What do you got for us? We're talking about things you were afraid of as a kid.
Okay, so I saw Poltergeist, the movie. I was probably 7, maybe 8. And there's a scene, I think at the very beginning, or they're doing like maintenance on the house or something, and it's like a maintenance guy, and he looks in the mirror, and his face melts off. And I was terrified to look in the mirror for probably weeks.
You just looked like all disheveled every day. You probably had sleep in your eyes.
Like I was okay in my bedroom, but it was the bathroom mirror.
Oh, okay.
When you finally did look at it and your face didn't melt, were you relieved?
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you for the call. We appreciate
Thanks.
Okay, thanks.
it. Bye.
Hey, so we're talking about irrational fears when you're younger.
Yes.
I used to be afraid, so deathly afraid of the toilet flushing. I don't know if I thought a monster was about to jump out of it, but I would quickly wash my hands, flush the toilet, and run as fast as I could, as far away from the bathroom in the house.
How long did this stretch last for?
Embarrassingly long. Probably till I was 11 or 12.
Because my daughter went through a stage where I think she must have been afraid of the toilet flushing too.
It's loud.
Because, I'd find floaters all the time.
Honestly, I don't know. It's the sound or something. You just think something's going to come out of it, but holy crap, was I scared of that.
Play 107.
This is a good one. What were you terrified of as a kid? At 780-784-7107, hit us up with your stories.
Yeah, the Ouija board. A lot of people writing in that they experienced one at a very young age. Ryder, you have a story about how old were you when you used a Ouija board and had a...
Yeah, we had to actually have somebody come in and do like one of those seances or whatever it's called with like the smoke to get the evil spirits out of our dorm in boarding school when I went. So I was 16.
So they had to cleanse it.
Well, yeah, I forget what they call. What do they call that?
It's like a
smoke cleanse.
What's it called?
Yeah, I forget the word. Somebody's going to text in, though. We always, whenever we can't find a word, our listeners step up in a big way.
I'll never forget when I went to a sleepover birthday party in elementary, and there was a girl there. I can't remember her name, but she had short black hair, and she kept us all up telling us this story about how porcelain dolls come alive at night. And the very next day, I took all of those dolls because my mom collected them too. Like, I feel like that was a 90s trend where everybody was collecting porcelain dolls, and I put them all in the entrance, took them out of my bedroom. And my sister was like, "What's the deal with the dolls?" I was like, "They come alive at night. It's a fact." Haven't gone near a porcelain doll since.
It's funny how much other people's fear can end up scaring you too. Like my brother was afraid of everything when we were younger, and then I ended up afraid of the bunch of the stuff he was afraid of. Like I never cared about mice, and then all of a sudden my brother was really afraid of them, and I looked up to him. So then I was like, oh, I'm afraid of it too.
Yeah, you saw the movie Ratatouille, and you're like, oh, they're actually kind of cute. Things that scared you when you were a kid. Those lawn elf things Christine wrote in, those are garden gnomes. Barbies is another text we got. The Goosebumps intro, Lauren said. The Grinch, not the cartoon, the Jim Carrey version.
Exorcism. That's the word we were looking for. Thank you to Simone and Jared for getting the right answer. And Jenny. Now they're all rolling in.
When I was in about grade 3 or 4, my dad showed me the movie Twister. And ever since I saw that movie, just a little bit of a windstorm, especially at nighttime, absolutely terrified me. I assumed that whenever there was wind, there was going to be a tornado, and I was going to be ripped from my bed. My home was going to be absolutely torn apart. And still to this day, whenever there's a windstorm, I'm checking the sky.
Really?
Just to make sure. I don't know what it is, but that movie, it just, ooh.
Whenever there's a windstorm for me, I just look out my window for Helen Hunt.
Yes, there's a scene at the very, very end where they're hanging on for dear life, and they're in a tornado. I'll never get that scene out of my head.
Yeah, very scary. Tornadoes do shake kids up, too, because they think like, oh, yeah, it's going to hit my house for sure if we get one.
Well, especially if you live in a walkout basement. That's like, I always think about that when I go to my sister's house. I'm like, but you don't have an actual basement. What happens if there's a tornado?
No,
Twister messed with me.
Come on.
Ashley wrote in saying, can't close my eyes in the shower. I don't know a single person that can. If you can close your eyes in the shower comfortably, that's messed up in my opinion. Because as soon as you close your eyes, somebody's going to appear.
Oh, I thought you didn't want to close your eyes in the shower because you'd slip.
No, you'd open your eyes and there would be like a shadow figure standing in there, or a serial killer.
All right.
Nobody closes their eyes in the shower.
I don't either, but it's because I don't want to slip. I don't know why. I just don't feel as stable when my eyes are closed.
Why are you moving around so much in the shower?
I don't want to answer that question. Adam Levine, I guess you could say, is in like a little bit of hot water for a reaction he had to a fan jumping up on stage and surprising him while he was performing. And he kind of like
shoved her off.
Well, not really. He just kind of walked away abruptly and like did like a creepy shiver.
Oh no!
And so people are saying like,
but she shouldn't be jumping on stage anyway. Isn't that hazard? Like
exactly. You do that like at a metal show. They're breaking a guitar over your neck.
Yeah, they're breaking your neck.
Yeah. So people are saying that his reaction made it seem like his fans are beneath him. Which, like, literally they are, because he's on a stage. But
okay.
He had this to say about the situation.
So I just wanted to address the Hollywood Bowl incident thing, a fan coming up to me on stage. I have always been someone that loves our fans. Without our fans, we don't have a job. To think that anyone would believe that I thought that our fans were beneath us or less than us makes my stomach turn. That's just not who I am. It's not who I've ever been.
Seems pretty sincere. And like genuinely, everybody's on edge right now about their space too. And they deserve to have it.
Yeah, boundaries for sure.
Exactly. So not only is he getting surprised while singing and kind of screwing up his lyrics, but also
he's probably mad at his security team for not being on top of that.
And he doesn't know who's touching him. Like it could be a creepy 55-year-old dude with glasses who rolled in with a van, you know? He's like, hey, you want to play with me, Adam? And that would be like, ew, get away from me. But that's how much she surprised him. Like, just don't sneak up on stage and don't jump into people's secure space right now either. Anyone. Let alone somebody who's like performing.
The only people that are saying that are like her friends in the comment section.
No, I watched a couple TikToks where people are like really like, oh, you wouldn't be who you are without your fans. It's time to start respecting them. I was quite surprised that anybody would defend somebody for sneaking up on stage like that and touching the artist. Like you're lucky a security guard didn't tackle you. I'm always a huge fan of like streakers and stuff at sporting events. Yeah, but they deserve to get tackled. Like that's part of the thrill. Yeah.
That's the best part of the show.
The fact that people are offended that she got kind of just like shrugged off, get over it.
Listen up. It's Ryder and Lisa's $20,000 Play That Tune.
Powered by Southside Mitsubishi.
We are joined by caller 7. Jessica, your first time through. Have you been following along for a while?
I have been, yes.
$6,200. What would you spend that money on?
Probably on car payments and then maybe do something fun for myself.
Okay, like something fun. Maybe you could get a sweet spoiler for your vehicle. Like a 4 foot tall one or something.
Maybe.
Yeah? Okay. We're going to play the clip for you one more time and then do your best with it, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
Here it comes.
Okay, so I was listening to your clues. I'm going to guess Dream Lover by Mariah Carey.
Jessica, you just won $6,200!
Oh my goodness, I'm literally like shaking.
You did it. We're so proud of you. $6,200 is yours. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. That's so exciting.
Lisa's actually crying in here right now.
Of course I'm crying. This is so fun.
I really needed some good karma.
Oh, Ryder's crying now. Ryder's crying now. Yeah, you are.
No.
You are.
No, I'm strong, man. I don't cry.
Congratulations, Jess, and thanks for listening to Play 107.
Oh my goodness, thank you guys so much.
Home of Play That Tune. Ryder and Lisa's $20,000 Play That Tune.
Ryder, what's up, buddy?
Not much. What can we do for you?
Man, we just missed we were calling, my son and I, at work, and we missed what was guessed.
Okay, well, we just gave away the money.
Ah, Jesus.
But we are starting fresh. We have a new song clip at 9:10, so maybe you'll win $100.
What was guessed?
Dream Lover by Mariah Carey.
Wow, that's what it was, eh? I was thinking it was Bruno Mars' Skate.
It did sound like Bruno Mars, like this part.
That sounds like Bruno Mars to me.
But
it sounds like Bruno Mars' Skate. Like, I listened to the song over and over, and I'm like, me and my son were at work, and like, we've been trying for 4 days now just to get through. And my wife's in Edmonton working, and she's running 3 phones at her office trying to get through. Yeah, right on, guys. Thanks for answering.
Of course.
It's nice to see how many supportive people we have as listeners on our text line, how many people were crying while listening to Jess win that money. She needed it.
Yeah, you could hear how important it was to her just from her voice. We talked to her a bit after, and she's just recently, a couple months ago, moved to Spruce Grove from Lethbridge after going through a pretty ugly breakup.
She's a new listener. And
newly single and like trying to put her new life together that she didn't expect she would have to do. And so, that $6,200 is definitely going to help kickstart this next amazing phase of Jessica's life.
Yeah, and we're here for her too. We said, hey, if you're new to listening to our station, what a great way to start a friendship. Text in anytime. Let us know if you need anything. So yeah, thanks to everybody that played along. It's been super fun and I'm sure very frustrating.
Because we are your education superstation.
Yep.
Your education superstation.
I thought I would bring to your attention a creep PSA.
Ooh, I like that title.
Thank you. I just invented it myself.
Creep PSA.
Yes, just a law enforcement official warning that anybody who is a pet owner, specifically a dog owner, I suppose, should be aware that if someone asks to pet your dog or even get a picture with your dog more specifically, that they may be trying to get your personal information from the dog's collar.
Oh, come on.
I know, right? It did end up shaking down. I don't know where this happened. But there was a lady who reported it to police because there was a guy that asked if he could get a picture of the dog. And then she noticed he adjusted the dog's collar and tried to get a picture of the address often on there and phone number.
This is very upsetting to me, obviously, because of the actual situation. That's horrifying and really scary. But also, now I'm going to have to suffer the consequences of people turning me down. When I'm like, can I pet your dog? They're going to say, no, creepy woman trying to find my address. Go away.
Yeah.
Ugh, I saw a baby St. Bernard on my walk the other night.
And did you ask for a head pat?
Yeah, and I got one, but I bet from now on...
Well, I think you just got to be aware to gauge the situation.
Totally. No, I know what you mean.
Again, I don't
just kidding.
know if you would be the typical predator in this situation.
I don't know. I'm pretty scary.
Well, it depends, I guess.
Did you hear that hiss?
If you've had a snack or not.
Ready?
Yeah.
The claws are out.
But just be aware, especially I think the picture thing.
Yeah, that's weird.
If somebody asks, maybe you can be like, yeah, let me take it.
Right.
Or just not of the collar. Just be straight up. Be like, you're not getting my information if that's what you're trying to do, loser.
That was a really good creep PSA. Thank you, Ryder.
You're welcome.
Your education superstation.
Ready to reminisce? It's time for the Nostalgia Off with Ryder and Lisa.
From Mustara and Company.
Play 107.
Thank you to Mustara and Company for supplying us with a $50 Skip the Dishes gift card. All you have to do to win it is just vote for either my list or Ryder's. It doesn't matter whose list. We just randomly pick someone that texts in and award them with that GC.
The lists are just things that'll bring you back, and whoever hits you in the feels harder is your choice that you can vote for at 780-784-7107.
The loser has to go trick-or-treating by themselves without a costume.
5 houses.
5 houses at least. I lost this nostalgia off a couple years ago and had to do this. It is one of the most mortifying things you can do as an adult.
See, and I wouldn't mind it.
Oh my gosh, it's terrible.
So, just let's make Lisa do it again.
No, you're just making that up. You would be so embarrassed.
Here we go.
Going to a friend's house where their parents didn't care how much pop you drank and just going ham.
Every girl at the school dance wearing the same clear strap-on heels and them all complaining how much they hurt their feet.
I don't know what you're talking about.
They were clear...
All over the foot?
Almost heels.
Oh.
They look like kind of sandal heels. Yeah.
Going to use the pencil sharpener in class just to walk by your crush again, or maybe show up your sweet new outfit.
When you were recording a song onto cassette from the radio, and then the DJ wrecked it by talking over the end.
I hate when radio hosts do that. Waiting for the 3rd time your parents ask you to come eat dinner because you were busy gaming. I'm in the middle of a level.
Having to have your phone conversations in front of your entire family at dinner because of that damn cord.
Getting your first blow-up couch or chair for your bedroom and pretending that you were actually enjoying it when really it was the most uncomfortable thing you've ever sat in.
And catching feelings the first time you saw the Pink Ranger morph
Okay.
into her battle gear.
Can you please vote for me? Okay.
No, come on.
We're going to count all the votes on the text line, and one of you is picking up a GC to skip the dishes.
Pretty sure I've heard a couple of years before, to be honest.
No, I've heard some of yours before.
No, that's a lie.
I've never done mine twice. These are original new thoughts of mine. They are.
780-784-7107 is our number. Get your vote on.
You're just scared because you're going to lose today, and you actually don't want to go trick-or-treating.
Let's just blast through our list one more time.
Going to a friend's house where their parents didn't care how much pop you drank. Using the pencil sharpener in class to walk by your crush or show off your new outfit. Waiting for the 3rd time your parents ask you to eat dinner because you were busy gaming. And getting your first blow-up couch or chair for your bedroom, but you never sat in it because it wasn't comfortable.
Those clear see-through strap-on shoes that every girl wore to the school dance, hurting their feet. When the DJ would wreck your recording on when you were recording a song to cassette from the radio. Having to have phone conversations in front of your family because of the damn cord. And catching feelings the first time you saw the Pink Power Ranger morph. like 2-1 on votes, I would say. So congratulations. I'll be going trick-or-treating solo.
Without a costume. I had to do it last time. It is awful. It is so embarrassing. You don't care?
Well, yeah, I was trying to play it cool that, like, I thought it would be a way to get votes. That, like, you really didn't want to do it and I didn't care. But yeah, no, it's going to be embarrassing for sure.
It is, and I'll make sure to film it. So be following along, Play 107 YEG on social media.
Do you say anything? Like,
yeah, you have to yell trick or treat.
For sure. And then, like, do you say, like, I lost a bet?
One house I did because she was super judgy.
Oh.
And then she was like, haha, oh, okay, and then gave me some chips. So it was worth it.
Okay, perfect.
Ryder and Lisa.
Brought to you by Southtown Hyundai.
Play 107.